views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting groups. If you'd like to produce a show, call us at 260-421-1250.
Let me be your lighthouse so I can show you the way. Let me be your shining light, I'll keep you from drifting away. I'm the one that makes you try when...
Hello, this is Patty Hunter of Patty's Page. Today, our special guest on Zoom is Kiki Ebsen. She's a singer, songwriter, artist, actor, as well as the daughter of a famous actor, which we will mention later on in the show. Welcome to my show, Kiki.
Thank you, Patty. Thanks for having me.
So, where were you born and raised?
Well, I was born in Santa Monica, in California,
Mm-hmm.
and I was raised between the beach community of Balboa Island and the more rural area of Agora Hills, California.
So that's into the mountains?
Yeah, that's the Santa Monica Mountains.
We used to live in Rancho Santa Margarita, then Trabuco Canyon.
Oh, yeah,
Santa
Orange
Barbara.
County.
Yeah.
The
Yes,
OC.
it's been a while. We've been here in Fort Wayne for about since 2008.
Wow, yeah.
That's 17 years. Anyways, who were your parents?
My mother is Nancy Wolcott, and she's she was born in Evanston, Illinois, and bachelor graduate in theater. She's a very talented, very smart woman, very accomplished. And she after, raising 5 children, resumed sort of a theatrical life where she had a community theater.
Mhm.
She used theater in education and would go into schools and things like that. And she taught at Cal State Fullerton, and just an amazing woman. Put on lots of productions. We were all parts of her productions. It was a prerequisite. We didn't have a choice. So we had to
You have a choice?
make scenery. I usually
Oh.
did the music. Wasn't the actor one in the family. I was more of the musician. So, and then my dad is Christian Ludolf Ebsen Jr., who was raised in Orlando. Well, he's born in Belleville, Illinois, but moved to Orlando. And later, with his nickname Buddy, became the famous actor Buddy Ebsen, song and dance man.
Yeah, he dances very nicely too. I see
Amazing.
him on the Beverly Hillbillies, dancing away, doing the square dancing and all that.
Well, if you really want to see some of his epic work, look back at the MGM musicals and movies like Born to Dance and Shirley Temple. These are in the 30s. And his style was exquisite and highly underrated, considering the popularity of, especially now these days, because you had such a great career as an actor. Nobody realizes how extraordinary of a dancer and entertainer, and just flat out, just entertaining person that he was. Just really a big talent.
And he's a great actor. He also starred in Barnaby Jones as a private eye.
Private detective, yes.
Yeah. What kind of influences did your parents give you as you were growing up? What kind? Singing,
Well,
dancing?
of course, the arts were freely distributed through our family. It was not even something that it was so available that it was just such a part of our life. So singing, dancing, art, theater, as well as a great appreciation for animals and nature.
Ah,
So, my dad is a sailor. So my first actual home was in Beverly Hills, when my family moved there from the Palisades. And I when I was 3, we moved to Balboa Island, and that was just basically the beach community. So it's the water, sailing, very far from Hollywood, far away from that life. So I really wasn't raised in that life. And then I became very fond of horses. My sisters had horses. We moved to a ranch. We got some horses, but it wasn't like fancy. We got these like wild Mustangs, and we had to
Love
like
it.
tame them,
Nice.
and we had to mark our own stalls and fix our own fences. I mean, it really was a very, very ranch style upbringing. My dad chopped his own wood. We all had our little BB guns, and did target practice. I mean, it was just really cool. And we got to explore dancing if we wanted to, or I was drawn to music and art. So they saw that in me. So I was given those opportunities. But I learned mostly to sing and play by ear. Although I did have
Rough
lessons.
playing by ear.
I did mostly by ear, yeah. And my sister went into acting,
Acting, good. So keep it in the family.
Yes, and my brother is in video post-production, and he's also very musical. So we all have some talent. My mother actually came from a line of concert pianists, so my mother played piano, and so did her sisters, and so she passed that down to us, and I love playing the piano.
So besides the piano, what else do you play?
I play just enough guitar to get me in trouble.
Guitar. Oh,
Yeah.
is it acoustic or?
Acoustic guitar. Yeah, I do this Joni Mitchell project. It's a tribute to her where I honor her music. So I play all her music on guitar. And it's easier to play because she tunes her guitars in different tunings because she had polio. She had polio as a child, so her hand was
I
weak.
know that.
Yeah, so she had a weakness in her left hand. She couldn't make those bar chords on the guitar, so she retuned it so that all she had to do was strum it, and it would make these beautiful chords, and she could just press 1 or 2 fingers down and create these extraordinary, harmonic structures, which she built melodies and lyrics over.
Her voice, magnifical, beautiful.
Too much. It inspires me every day. I love her stuff.
We have a medley of her music sung by you, a tribute to her. So we're going to play that. Can you lead us into that medley?
I think what you're going to see is snippets we took from the Laguna Festival of Arts down in Southern California, which is a beautiful music festival and arts festival that happens every year. I've been doing it. This is my 10th year now. This summer I'll be back there with the Joni Mitchell project.
Wow.
I just walk out these doors and wander down the Champs-Elysees. One cafe to cabaret, thinking how I feel when I find the very good friend of mine. I was a free man in Paris, I felt unfettered in life. There was nobody called me about favors, nobody's picture to decide. putting up reindeer, singing songs of joy and peace. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. Yeah. And we are stardust, we are hungry not to get ourselves back to the Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. We really appreciate you doing that.
Okay, we're back. That was a great medley. I love your singing. You have great music.
Thank you.
So who taught you how to sing?
Gosh, well, I did go to college for vocal performance, so I did learn classically how to sing, but honestly, I think life experience taught me how to sing.
So
And
it's au natural.
yeah, it's very natural, but it wasn't natural to me at first. I actually didn't like my voice at all, and sometimes I still have a little trouble listening to myself. It's probably like people who don't like to listen to themselves on tape talking, you know. I never considered myself a singer. I was always a keyboard player.
Mm.
And then I started singing backgrounds, and, it became a very valuable commodity to be able to sing and play, because bands could get two for the price of one, right? So I just developed a style, and it's only in the last probably 10 years that I've started to really like my voice and discovered jazz, which was a genre I didn't really consider. I wanted to be more of a rock singer, but I don't really have a rock and roll voice.
Not
So
everybody does,
yeah, so Joni Mitchell really helped. Joni Mitchell taught me to sing, because singing those songs,
Mhm.
it encouraged me, invited me into a place of, it was challenging, and I had to practice and practice. Then I found these nice little qualities, because she has an interesting voice too, that
Yes, she
nobody
does.
like her. So that was incredible. And then I had a really great teacher named Rhiannon, who taught me how to do improvisational singing, how to use your voice in a way that is so unique to you that nobody else can imitate. Well, they can try to imitate it, but they can't really copy you, because it's your own personal style, and it's all improvisational. So
On brand.
she's in the Bobby McFerrin school of singing.
Ah,
If you're familiar with his work, he's an
yeah.
improv.
Do you also sing Americana? Or
Yeah, like folky, folk. Yeah, I would say that you could call some of my stuff Americana, but it's hard to categorize, because I kind of play and write what I feel. So a lot of it's very piano-driven ballads, and then when I get with a band, some of it's pretty rocky. I get with the right guitar player, and we just kind of, it's like pop or Americana or pop rock.
so you do fast or ballads or what? Just
I do.
a mixture.
I do a mixture. My shows are, well, it's kind of like Joni Mitchell in a way. She'll sing River, which is a piano-driven ballad,
Yeah.
and then she might do Raised on Robbery, which is a blues song, with a full band. So I have actually two different bands. I have one that does more of my original music and more of the Joni Mitchell, which is more of a pop rock band. And then I have a very straight, like, jazz band where I don't play, because I really don't play jazz, but I love to sing it. So I have a jazz pianist, and I have an upright acoustic bass player, and a jazz drummer, and usually a woodwind player. And that's how I usually do my
That's a
jazz.
good combo.
Yeah, and that's how I do my dad's show.
do you have real drums in
Real
your,
drum. I do have real drums. Yeah.
not the
Not the,
synthetic?
not that there's anything wrong with it.
Well, I like watching people play, do
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and the musicians are really, really good. They're really, the A-listers here in Los Angeles. We have so many great musicians in Los Angeles, so I'm
How
lucky.
how long have you been singing professionally?
Um, wow, a long time.
What'd you say? Hey.
Well, I mean, professionally, I mean, the first time I actually accepted money for singing. I mean, I was probably a teenager, so because my band probably got a gig somewhere. But I mean, the first time actually, I mean, I'll say this, I felt like the first time I was actually professionally hired to sing was when I started working with Al Jarreau, and that was in the late 80s. And I
Wow.
was, but before that, I was doing my own things, and I won, I won a big college competition in 1987, based on my vocals and my song that I had written. So that'd be, around the time became a professional singer, just out of college.
So you do your own lyrics and your own composing.
Hmm.
How about covers?
I do a lot of
Besides
covers.
Joni Mitchell.
Yeah, I do the Great American Songbook for my jazz. I do that. And I do covers that I love. I actually have a record called Cool Songs Volume One is all covers, and it's like songs like Diary, David Gates, Walk Away Renee, and
Don't
Woodstock. That was one of the times. Yeah, I love that.
I love
So there's a lot
another
of great.
year.
That's a great song.
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, how old was your papa when he had gone home? You might say
95.
95.
Mhm.
Oh.
I know. We thought he was going to live forever. He just seemed to defy the whole age thing.
How long did he do Beverly Hillbillies?
About 9 years. And then he went right into Barnaby Jones.
And Barnaby Jones, how was he with them? How long was he with them?
Another probably 8 or 9 years. That was pretty long. Like the entire time I was growing up, for the most part, he was on a hit series.
Dang, girl.
So I was, 4 or 5 when the Hillbillies started. So like
Hey.
for like the next 18 years,
Wow, that's a good
I
growing.
had more on television probably than at
So,
the home.
do you write your own? Did you plays, like acting in plays, or basically acting, or is it basically singing?
I'm more of a singer
Okay,
musician.
but you do that.
I have done little things here and there, but I've never like put myself in the ring as an actor. It takes a lot of time and there's a certain mindset to it. I'm not saying I would never do it, but I'm
Yeah.
so busy right now with with the music that I do and the stuff I do with the horses, and it's just so fulfilling. But there are projects that could come up. Like I did my buddy The Other Side of Oz, and the one I did before that, To Dad with Love, was very theatrical, and I wrote it and I acted in it per se. I had a script and I danced, and it was wonderful. And it was like, people were like, "Oh, you should do more of that," And I did try to get it to some more places, but then I got drawn into another place. That's my problem, is I have a lot of interests. So when the time is right, maybe I'll find a project and I'll act.
One door closes, another one opens.
Right.
This tribute to your dad. What's it called again? The song.
The latest incarnation is My Buddy, The Other Side of Oz.
And we're going to go right into that song. Too sweet, you might say. So lead us in, dear.
Well, this would be, I'm trying to think of which clip I sent you. Did I send you Moon River or
Yes, you did. Moon River.
okay, well, Moon River from My Buddy, The Other Side of Oz.
Not find this life attractive, but through the eyes of a child, the look on my dad's face when he realizes he's lost her, It just broke my heart.
Such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows and just around the bend, my huckleberry friend, river and
Well, that was a great song. You
You know,
didn't.
that's from Breakfast at Tiffany's. And
Oh,
my
really?
Yeah, that song, Moon River, is originally sung by Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's, and my father was in that movie. He plays Doc Golightly, which is uh, Audrey Hepburn's character is Holly Golightly. It's her estranged husband. It's a really pivotal role for the film. If you've ever, have you ever seen Breakfast at
Yes,
Tiffany?
I have.
So
Many moons ago.
yeah, so a lot of people don't remember that he was in the movie, but it's really important because she had left him to come to New York and meet George Peppard and left her life. So him coming and trying to get her to go back and she won't go back, and it's very emotional. And I'm like 6 years old watching this, and originally, and I'm crying. And my dad, I was very emotional movie for me. But my dad was very complimentary of Audrey Hepburn and said that she'd had a. He has an autobiography, and he talks about her. Says she had a free-flowing instinct that filled the gaps of his own um, indeficiencies.
That was a good movie, too.
Yeah.
The wee lassie myself. I'm 73 this year, May 6th.
Wow.
I'm getting older.
No, I hear you. I'm 67.
The older you get, the more parts wear out, girl.
I know, but it's okay. I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it every bit of the way.
So you went through many paths, career changes here and there.
Yeah, I'd
So
say.
where are you at now?
Well, I still, I spent 30 years touring with, big name acts like Christopher Cross and Boz Scaggs and Michael McDonald, the
Michael
group,
McDonald.
the group Chicago, Tracy Chapman,
Mm.
um, James Ingram, Jeffrey Osborne. So many different bands, and I did a lot of work in Japan as well with pop artists there. So, but it was about 30 years, and I toured, you know, most most everywhere. And there's a few places that I haven't been, but I felt it was time, when it just wasn't the draw of traveling wasn't there anymore, and I wanted to do more of my stuff instead of playing for other people. So about 13 years ago, that's when I started to develop my dad's project, the Joni Mitchell project, and writing more, doing my songs because I've always been writing my songs. I put out my first record in 1993. It's called Red. I actually put out a single back in the 80s called Dreaming. So I've been recording my own material all along, but I'm a realist. So when somebody offers me a job, I'm going to take the job.
Hey,
Yeah.
why not? You still
So
working, girl?
that sent me on a journey for, many years where I really didn't focus on my material all that much. So now where I'm at now is, I have I live on a ranch. I have a program that I developed
What's it called?
called Natural Equine Interactive Growth and Healing. And I have a
Oh,
nonprofit.
nay,
I know.
nay.
And where we do that is on my ranch, and I have a nonprofit called the Healing Equine Ranch, and it houses a herd of rescued horses that we use for the program. And I am spending a lot more time doing that as a daily thing. Like I said, I was on my tractor, right, like a half hour before I saw you, and we're getting ready for rain, so that's prepping. I've got volunteers that come and help out. They help maintain the property. They help groom the horses. Obviously, I do ride still, so I have some
Okay.
horses. I still keep up my because I came out of the show world. I was a junior. I mean, I had horses when I was 5. I had my first pony when I was 5. So I rode horses. I showed horses, and then I left it to do music, and now I'm back completely immersed in my horses again. Um,
I,
and
yeah,
I'm still doing
classes.
music. I'm still doing my music, but I'm doing it more in town, more locally. So I have a bunch of shows lined up starting in April, and then in June I'm, doing the Joni show. I'm doing my dad's show. I'm doing some original shows. So I get to keep it all, going.
So you won't come to Fort Wayne?
Maybe
Maybe.
all
I
things are
hope so,
all
because
things
I
are
love your
possible.
voice.
Thank you.
Excellente, you might say.
Thank you.
You have won a lot of awards.
Well, I
Horses,
with which? With music or horses?
both.
Uh,
But
but
covering music.
I did win it's like 1972 Stocksy champion of the tri-state area. It was Southern California, Arizona, and Oregon.
And
And I was 12 or 13. So that was pretty cool. And then through music, I've just charted a lot with especially my first record, Red, had a lot of chart activity on the contemporary jazz charts. It was in the top 25, the singles that I had off of that record. Amazing critical reviews for that record as well. I had a single in Japan that did very well. It was on a TV show, and this was in the early 90s. Then throughout the years, it's mostly made people's favorite top 100, like I've had records on the Smooth Jazz 100, top 100, best of 2005. But I haven't won a Grammy, not yet.
hey, girl, we got to work on that, girl. You need to
And,
be.
I just want to make good music. And hopefully somebody will see that. I have a lot of really dedicated fans way back when that still encourage
Many
me.
moons ago and now.
Yeah, and I mean, I had somebody come to a show that he brought the first record, like the Red record. He came to a house concert that I did, and I was just so I was so flattered and touched that he came to my show and made a point of trying to drive out to see me. And I played him a bunch of stuff off that record too.
So you collaborated with a lot of singers and whatever.
Yes,
I'll
most
name a few.
recently. Huh?
I know one in particular. Who could that
Yes. Carl
be? Carl Giammarisi.
Giammarisi.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah, lovely man. Just a
Yes.
lovely
So
sweetheart.
what song did you sing with him recently?
A song of his
Mhm.
called "There Comes a Time," and he invited me to sing on that song, and I played a little keyboards, and we put it out, and that made, I think, the top 100 on Goldmine, the Goldmine Top 100. So
Good
yay!
girl. You go, girl. And we're going to listen to it right now. I
Yay!
talked to Carl by email. He said, sure, put it on. He said, you're a very nice lady and very wonderful person to work with. So we're going to put that on. So lead us in.
All right. Well, this is the song that I did with Carl from the Buckinghams, and it was one of his original songs. And we are working on another, so stay tuned for the next offering. But for now, there
He
comes a
did
time.
give me a hint that he's working on another one.
Yes.
And he
Well, here we
didn't tell me.
Well, then I'll keep it.
Okay, so let's see. It's about 4 or 5 minutes long, of course. As usual, I love songs about between 4 and 5 minutes. That's enough. You don't want
I know. Don't bore us. Get to the chorus. That's what they say.
to. So we're going to listen to it right now.
Okay.
There comes a time when everything will change. Nothing could ever stay the same. I'm doing fine, even in the pouring rain. It can't put out this burning flame. I remember those bright lights of yesterday. All the color has faded away. That's okay. Our lives have always been just blowing in the wind, in the wind of change. It's not my time. Heaven can wait for me, if that's the place where I will be. No need to whine. You have to let it be. I still have you, you have me. As we look back, what do we see? Still so much remains, I know you'll agree. Our lives have always been just blowing in the wind, in the wind of change. Every night when you look at me, tell me what you see. Is it real?
Every day we always try to be the best that we can be.
There comes a time you look at who you are. The road just blowing in the wind, in the wind of change. In the wind of change.
Wow, I love that song. I saw it online. Didn't have you two singing it, but it did show pictures of you two together singing. So that was a good
We were actually sang together at the Belfry in Wisconsin last summer because I did my Joni Mitchell show there, and we had done Circle Game. We recorded Circle Game at the beginning of last summer, and he came down and sang it with me during the Joni Mitchell show.
circle.
Circle,
I don't remember that song.
Joni Mitchell.
Oh, come on, Pat. Like,
And go round and round and round in the circle game. Yesterday, a boy came out to wander. Yeah, it's a
you got
classic.
a good voice, girl. On command. You got good.
On command. That's right. No warm up.
So you are doing fundraisers for this year. What? For
Well, and in a week from Sunday, down in Temecula at the South Coast Winery, I am collaborating with 35 artists to do a music fundraiser for the fires survivors here in Southern California. So, as I'm sure your listeners have
you heard about
heard,
that.
we've had epic disastrous fires here at the
Apocalypse, really.
apocalyptic, yeah. Um, Palisades, Pacific Palisades, as well as Altadena, and those are all, within a half hour to an hour from me. I actually could see the north end of the Palisades fire was within view of our property
Oh,
for
no.
4 days and nights. So I could see flames and smoke, but the way the wind was blowing, it wasn't blowing towards us.
Yeah.
But another fire started north of us, which could have burned us out, but that luckily got put out. So for about 10 days, my husband and I were on pins and needles of freaking because we have a bunch of
Worried
horses.
about the horses and stuff.
Yeah. So like trying to figure out, do we leave? Do we stay? But my husband's also a fireman, so that's kind of nice. So
I like
Yeah.
to know if anyone deliberately set those fires. But
there's
that's too many fires going down.
there were some arson. Unfortunately, the Kenneth fire, the one that was troublesome for us, was arson related,
Oh,
but they didn't have
dang.
enough evidence to pursue it, unfortunately. The Eaton fire, from what I understand, is SCE, and the Palisades fire is still under investigation. So they have some theories, but they don't have anything positive.
I'm not doing them. It's not right. People,
No, but it happens. People do it, and it does. It sucks.
go Michigan once in a while. What other charities have you given to as well?
Well, for the fire, I've given to the Red Cross. I've given to the Pasadena Humane Society. I've given to my friend has a nonprofit where I've gotten most of my horses. So in general, I do donate to the Valley View Equine Rescue. But in particular, she came down with her big giant stock trailer and helped evacuate horses from the fire zones.
Mhm.
So I always give her a little bit of love there. And I did donate to a few of my friends' fundraisers, GoFundMe's, because so many musicians lost their homes and their equipment and studios. So that's what I've been spending a lot of time, in the last month, helping out. And I'm also offering a series and have been offering pro bono sessions with the horses because we do equine assisted growth and healing, which is a mindful approach and a way to self-regulate using the environment and the natural elements of being out, in a beautiful environment with horses. And
Yeah.
horses have these, well, animals in general. I mean, they just are so. It's just so, I don't know what it is. I just love being around animals, but horses in particular really allow you to tap into your body and relax and
They're very,
and
intelligent and
they're
gentle.
very intelligent and they're very sensitive
Yes.
and they really absorb and give off energy. That's all the
That's
type of
right.
energy that's palpable. And I work, a lot with a lot of different people with the horses anyway. So what I've been doing is offering my sessions for free to anyone who has been affected by the fires. And I have a series
Oh,
of workshops that are starting this Sunday.
February 16th?
Yeah, and we're doing them through June, once a month. I'm partnering with the Los Angeles County Psychological Association and their disaster response committee. They're sending 3 therapists to work alongside myself and my assistant to do a lot of regulating and mindful work with the horses, and also to be held because people are really suffering a lot of grief, and they need to
Sorry.
be held up. So we're working with horses. We're doing a lot of somatic kind of release work, and then
Disabled, mentally, physically people?
well, we're working with the people who have actually lost their homes in the fire. So
Yeah.
most of these people are, yeah, I mean, if they're disabled, they're welcome to come. I mean, but the prerequisite for the free sessions is that you've been affected by Palisades or Eaton fire. Either you've lost a home,
Yeah.
lost a loved one, lost a school, whatever.
Horses and healing, finding strength after the fires. Sunday, February 16th, this Sunday.
And that one is
2025.
full. So that's full. So now we're going to March 16th.
March 16th. This is at 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
3 hours.
3 hours once a month or
You can find the schedule
Mhm.
on my ranch website, which is thehealingequineranch.com.
Mhm.
Look on the calendar, thehealingequineranch.com,
We'll put that
and you
in.
can find the schedule.
Finally, my friend, what are your plans for the future and what would you like to share with my audience before we sign off?
Be nice. Just be nice to yourself and others.
Betcha.
Life is too short, and be grateful for what you have. And I mean, I have been blessed with a lot, and sometimes I think I should have done more or do this or that, and then I go, you know what, I'm doing just fine.
Be the
So
best.
the plans for the future are just to keep doing what I'm doing and try to lift people up and help out and be also very true to my muse. So I don't want to forget that I'm an artist. I still play music, I sing, I write, I paint, I act, and I love to create.
So you act out, eh?
Act. Yeah, I mean, I just am open to all
There
opportunity.
I was hoping, like I said before, to have you here in Fort Wayne. If you do come here to this Embassy Theater, Follinger Amphitheater, and all that jazz, and I would like to interview you live in person.
Great. Well, I will check that out. We'll see if I can get myself over there.
Well, we'll see you people next year. Thank you. Next week. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you. And thank you, Kiki Ebsen. I said it right. So God bless you now.
Thank you.
Bye, dear.
Have a good one.
You had a feeling for an instant. You believed for a minute. You never
Godspeed, my love, until we meet again. You're always in my heart and every dream. Don't let this time apart give in to all our fears. God will keep us close from up above. So until we meet again, Godspeed, my love. God is with us always for the rest of all our lives.